Warning: the following comments, views, and ideas are mine and mine alone, Ronin Martin III. And if you're hyper emotional, if your feelings are easily skewed, or you're just an internet weenie looking to piss and moan about something, my personal suggestion is you find a lube of your choice, shove a grenade betwixt your butt cheeks, and do a cannonball off the nearest bridge. And now for your featured presentation. Now I know what you're thinking. And before I get to that, shout out to all the viewers, both subscribers new and old. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for future videos. And with that being said, welcome to all my veterans across the board, especially in the military theater or in the civilian theater. Pray you guys are in good health, good spirits, and out of harm's way. With all that aside, I'm sure you're wondering, what is Ronin going to be talking about today? Well, today we're talking about this widespread phenomenon in this goofy society we know as the age of participation trophies. And we're seeing a recent string of what I'm calling concrete Pilates. Now, this term came about, as you can see with the thumbnail. That is the savior of the 8-ball jacket, El Jorge. Now, this is a guy who was in the famous subway incident years ago where Chicken Head got out of pocket. Words were exchanged. One thing led to another, and Jorge slapped the orphan edges off her ass. And he was acquitted. So, but that's not the conversation. And I'm going to use the term bitch, which is gender specific. But what triggered this are two things. Number one, I remember making a video on August 19th, 8 months ago, in 2021, talking about the tale of Knuckle Fellowship. And be sure on which I'm going to leave the link in the description box as to why I made it. The second part is some people didn't pay heed to that. And it's obviously because this individual was made famous by messing with world champion boxer Mike Tyson. Don't know who that guy is. Don't care. All I know is in this day and age, you're always going to have some goofy living abortion. Step out of pocket. Invade your space. And you will have to use your 4 Ps in order to put that person back in their place. Now, there are many reasons why this person or individuals decide to mess with you, bother you, assault you, do all kinds of things. They could be bullies. They could have gone through something and they're trying to take it on to somebody. But shout out to one of my favorite rappers, Kendrick Lamar. And he played a song entitled Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe for reasons such as the following. Mike Tyson gently, and I stress gently, beating the pumpkin spice out of Opie. Now, this dude was looking pretty stupid for TMZ because he kept fucking with Mike. And Mike was on a plane, minding his own business. Now, I didn't have to hear what Mike had to say. You could tell by the body language, like, look, dude, leave me alone. Fuck on. Many of us have been there. And for some reason, people like to push, prod, and they're proud patrons of the Internet Thugs Club, being it Cyberspace Crips, Broadband Bloods, Twitter Thugs, Spotify Soldiers, Keyboard Warriors. All backgrounds. And they usually meet the same fate. Either someone A-Town stomping their ass across the street, someone getting their wig knocked off, or worse, or someone doing the very thing that my title of my videos derive from. Concrete Pilates. Somebody might get their ass knocked out at a gas station, and now they're on that concrete Posturepedic, snoring their ass off. The thing is cause and effect. And on this channel and many similar others, we talk about the necessity of respect, which is the powerful currency. It's something you earn, but something you can quickly lose. Now, granted, men need to know the understanding of SOS, system, order, structure, or how you defined it is going to determine which side of the coin you're going to end up on. But for all intents and purposes, we talk about system, order, and structure. How you carry yourself, how you manage the environment that you enter in or maintain around for yourself, within and beyond. But there are going to be some crayon-eating bastards who decide to test your mettle, treat you like you're short, like you're nothing, insignificant. It is not always physical. Some believe that they're above your pay grade because they went to a certain school, or they figure they're in a better station than you are. So they have a very skewed perception of who you are and what you're capable of. And some people have to learn the hard way. They try to psychologically insult you, verbally insult you, use big words unnecessarily to prove a point that they could have solved about a few minutes. But to show their little intellectual nuts, which happen to be the size of cranberries, they decide to sit there and try to make an ass out of you. Or don't let a woman or the object of their affections be in the area. Now they really start showing out. This is when they decide to put their little squirrel nuts on the table and take a gamble with your time and your reputation. All this leads into some very, very embarrassing situations. Now, before I go into it, ladies, this involves yourself too. I know you're predisposed to look for a guy who's supposedly tall, has all these lofty requirements you have on your list of goofiness to whom it applies. Just because the dude is tall doesn't mean he can't get folded like a shirt. This is why we talk about the character of the man. The man can't control his height, his build, to an extent as far as vertically and whatnot. But there are other things that he can control. And the thing is, if he has a very understanding of himself and a mastery of them hands, he doesn't give a fuck who is in his way if he's smart, if he's about that life. If he has to prove himself, protect himself, all bets are off. But I'll get back to y'all later. That's on another video. But we're talking about a lot of these internet goofies, for one, who decide to invade your space, who hide behind avatars and talk the most shit. Truth be told, all they are is life's vegans, swearing that they want beef, but they don't like the taste of it. Especially when you feel that iron liquid taste, which happens to be your own blood. After a dude that sit there and basically 86 your jaw across the street. And rightfully so. There's a common principle talking about cause and effect. If your cause is to disturb that man's peace, then it is his duty to affect your equilibrium, or to an even brutal extent, to affect your ability to chew solid food or walk again. So this is a learning channel. So we're going to get back to as to why I'm saying this. Most times, over the year, I mentioned about the 4 Ps, myself and my brother included. But we'll talk about that another day. When it comes down to your 4 Ps, is we're looking at. Your problem solving, which is the first thing that comes out above all else. Comes to personal assessment. Your intuition and your foresight starts tingling, letting you know you need to alert your protection side. Now, these two things, protection and problem solving, are going to be at the forefront, especially when someone's out of pocket. Now, this is the reason why on-site behavior is what it is. But in most cases, when you're approached with a threat, most of them are covert. You got to assess the situation, what goes into the problem-solving protection element, why they worked in hand. If you've seen the movie The Equalizer, it's an exaggerated sense of what really goes on, but not by much. How everything slows down, especially as military men and women. You assess the situation. You assess the possible threats. Meet implements of war made available to you. Exit routes. Who's with them? If there is possible entry points as far as like person has a limp, person wears orthopedic shoes, certain things that will let us know what we're looking at to engage the situation or get away from it. Now, this is where things happen when the provision and the procreation part gets a little messy. When you're provided an opportunity to show them hands, this is where the procreation element rears its dark side. Because now a guy has to really dig into his bag before he digs in your ass. Some guys are trained in boxing, which is a actual science. You talk about technique, precision, endurance. Some guys, and shout out to the homie, Only the Ghost, skilled martial artists. And when approached with the opportunity to give a nice demonstration, be wary of those who have a hearty smile for these situations. I want to shout out to my brother, Richard B1, bro. You know, the Afro Samurai, who I call him. Many brothers out there, across all walks of life, find means to use martial arts or whatever discipline as a matter of providing mental health to protect themselves. When you have the capacity to destroy, comes with a great deal of responsibility. And in many cases, when you're talking about the protection and using the 4 Ps, protection, provision, problem solving, and procreation, the best thing that they can do is provide these idiots an out because they know what they're capable of to an extent. But when that person provokes them in the heat of that moment, even the most skilled technician can slip into rage real quick. It takes a great deal of mastery to avoid fights. However, when you got idiots out here who figure they can, fuck up your vibe, follow you to places when you're trying to get away from them, harass you, do things as far as putting fingers in your face, pushing you, throwing things at you, and God forbid you do something as far as pull out a weapon or spit on someone. This is where you get the Philly feet cheesesteak. This is where a dude is out there millie rocking out into the street because he got knocked the fuck out. This is where you start seeing a guy, when you're talking about your assessment, and most of these guys out here who talk the most shit are not really in the shape to do it. Most of them are in this space. Some guys talking the most shit are skinny fat. Some of you guys need sports bras. What's that look like? You getting out here trying to fight a dude and your titties are hanging out. It's cool when women do it because we're guys. And I'm trifling to say that. But that's not a good look when you got two guys out there, you got their udders out there slapping around. It's already, you're winded after the 5th swing. And you need to recharge with a cheeseburger or a chicken McNugget. But some of you guys, your hands are handicapped. Some guys swear they can fight. But when he, beats the watermelon seeds out your ass or the adobo seasoning out you, then you realize, you know what, this wasn't a good idea. But that's already 15 punches and 14 stomps in. When you look at that person, the sole of that person's shoe, it'll say, if you're reading this, it's already too late. But again, Not just in this space, but abroad. You got guys who figure like, yeah, pull up, catch a flight. And most guys can't fight on their own. They'll jump you and then claim that ass whooping as theirs when really that's some punk shit. Or in other sectors because of their territory. Some people will basically stomp your ass into oblivion to make a point. Get your ass out of here and you violate it. The point is, we always have to cover our six. Many of us men have enough shit to deal with as is. This goes from Mike Tyson. This goes to the everyday brother who's listening to this stream, regardless of your creed, color, or denomination. There's always going to be someone who's going to test your mettle. Someone's going to try to fuck with you. And you have to make the ultimate decision. Do I really have to put hands on this person? Or do I try my best to use conflict resolution to maintain my standing, my sanity, and the consequences that can follow? But let's be honest. In this day and age, you got people who don't respect your space, who figure they can get out here and either they got beer courage, and a lot of our military brothers know this, or they got a point to prove because you got this girl who you're trying to impress. You're like, yeah, if I can whoop their ass, she's going to give me some sex. Well, that can go bad. What happens if it doesn't turn out the way you expected it to? What happens when a dude slaps the wisdom tooth out your ass and you're laying there dead asleep, spooning the curb? You wake up to a dog pissing on your forehead. And meanwhile, the girl you're trying to impress, she's getting her tonsils or her cheeks beat in. All at your expense. And to add insult to injury, she comes back home and kisses you dead in the mouth. Ain't no telling what she's been doing. How about your little homeboys who gas you up and put a battery in your back? Man, come on, man. You gonna let them talk to you like that? You gonna diss them like that? Some invitations were meant to be canceled. And this is why you can't always judge a book by its cover. Now, granted, that idiot came after Mike Tyson. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. You couldn't pay me $5 million to fight Mike. And I'm not scared of him. I'm just not stupid. However, in respect to my space and my loved ones, I'm sure a lot of brothers who are listening to this echo my sentiments. You fuck with mine, I have to fuck with you. Many men take disrespect personally. Depends on the man, how he gauges what level of disrespect warrants certain things. You need to be mindful of the guy who's just trying to mind his own damn business. Trying to keep it cool. Look, if conflict resolution doesn't work, then Knuckle Fellowship will be your solution. You don't want to be baptized like that. The worst thing you can worry about, aside from people putting you on social media sites to laugh at you and mock at you, what do you stand to lose? You got to assess that. Now, granted, as men, we're going to bump heads. We're not going to agree on everything. Sometimes it will come to blows. It happened to the best of friends. We're growing up in an era where men, okay, we'll shoot this fade. All right, cool. Shake hands and keep it pushing. You can stand to gain a little respect. But there's some of you walking pussies out here who figure you just get a wild hair up your ass and you can jump in the face of the wrong person at the right time. Now, what happens when someone knows how to beat your ass with precision and flair and sheer entertainment? How would it feel to get your ass whipped to a soundtrack? How would it feel? How would the optics look when you're getting your ass beaten, a dude's drinking a cup of coffee or sipping a beer or kissing your girl, kissing his? Or his children say, "Get him, daddy." How many times in the back of your head you have to hear Mickey telling you, "Get off the ropes, Rock. He's killing you." Is it really worth it? Learn the gift and the ability to leave people the fuck alone. Now, I'm not a promoter of domestic violence because I've been in situations that could have led to that. However, as laid back as a guy I am, I already know my backhand is set on automatic, male or female. I don't promote it. I'm not proud of it. But I do have to own up to the fact that, hey, not only computers do need a hard reset, especially when you're trying to get the fuck away from people and maintain your peace of mind. And for those organizations looking for any old thing, well, he's promoting this. Fuck you. No, I'm not. What I'm trying to do is promote peace. But sometimes you have to understand you have to be ready to wage war in order to preserve your peace or that of others. That's what the toxic masculinity means in your language. But in reality, that's just being a man, being protective of his peace of mind, people he cares about, things he could stand to lose. Because every day we have enough shit we deal with. And we don't need no other dick to fuck around with us. Oh, and before I go in closing, a lot of you chicken heads who are control freaks and always looking to have the last word and pursue a guy when he's trying to get away from your ass, leave that man be. We do have emotions, but in order to make honest decisions, because again, we got to lead by example, we have to get off to ourselves, get that shit off us, and make logical decisions. Because in this day and age, too many people are too willing to send the centurions to send us to the lions, all because they feel slighted or feel some kind of way. Brothers across the board, do what you can to sensitively protect yourself. Violence is a last resort. The most important element of fighting starts here and here. Protection, provision, problem solving, and procreation. Remember to use them wisely. Simplify and never allow your comfort zone to become your coffin. Peace.